Hey everybody, welcome to Royale. If you played Quidditch with us at university, this is just Hunger Games, except spicier.
So the goal of this game is to be the last player or team standing. So each team is made up of 8 characters who will all be beaters, and there are 10 bludgers placed in the center of the field at the beginning of the game. Now to start, each team will roll 8d66. That's because there's 66 spaces around the outside of the field. Now in the case where there are 2 teams who might roll the same thing, for example, Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff both have 25, this will go to the first team who gets there. So first come, first serve. If the spot you're trying to get to is already occupied, you will go to the next highest space. You can't fight over it.
Be there or be square.
So on your turn, you will be rolling 4d8, and you will get to move 4 different characters. So it is now Hufflepuff's turn. In the first 3 rounds, a character can only pass or yeet up to 2 bludgers per turn. Hufflepuff has the 2, the 3, the 7, the 6. Let's say they are using the 7 on Rita. So Rita could go 1, 2, 3, and pass this off to Katie. 4, 5. Cormac over here, he'll move 2 and get a pass from Rita. Now Rita can move and grab this ball, but she cannot pass or yeet it because she's already done 2 passes, 1 to Cormac, 1 to Katie on this turn. This only applies to the first 3 rounds. Also in those first 3 rounds, any characters who have not left their starting position on this outer ring, they are immune from being beat. So at the end of round 3, the wall will be introduced. Every round, the wall will shrink, cutting off an additional row on the outside edge of the field from players. Anytime this happens, players who are on that outer edge will be pushed 1 space in towards the center. The same applies to any loose balls. So at the end of round 4, for example here, the wall has shrunk again. So what happens is Gilderoy will get pushed up here. Now in the case over here, Winky would get pushed into Cho's space. However, you can't have 2 people in the same space. So Cho will first get pushed up 1. She's in the neutral zone, so she'll just go straight in. And Winky will get pushed in behind. Now you might notice on the field there's several large colored areas, and you clowns might recognize these colors as the colors associated with each of the main stats. So depending on what you're doing and where you stand in, you might get a little bit of a bonus. So if we look at this example here, you see Mrs. Norris. She's standing in the purple area. And purple, you might recall, is the color associated with accuracy. So she's looking over there at Richie. He's a bit of a snack. And she decides, I'm going to beat that man. If she's shooting while she's standing in the purple zone, she will get +2 on top of her accuracy. You'll also notice that Richie here, he's in this black area. That is the neutral zone. You don't get any boosts from being in the neutral zone. You don't get shit. Okay? Now, let's say Mrs. Norris beat Richie. Richie would be removed from the game. And Richie's going to go into Slytherin's kill box because Slytherin killed him. Okay? Now, Mrs. Norris still has that bludger. She decides, that colonoscopy over there, he's looking like a bigger snack. However, Colin is standing in the blue zone. Now, blue is associated with agility, so Colin is a bit more of a dodgy boy when he's in that zone. So he's going to get the +2 to agility if he's getting beat or even if he's getting tackled. Critical successes and critical fails do not cause players to fall off their broom. So if the shooter critically fails, the target catches, and if the target critically succeeds, the target catches. Now we're going to look at this little situation happening over here. Drayhead is attempting to beat Victor. Drayhead got, in Victoria's words, a moderately juicy 7. Victor, however, got a real sensual 10. Okay? So that is a critical success for Victor. Now, because Victor is being shot at, if he critically succeeds, he will end up catching.
In this scenario, Vicky is trying to beat Donahan with the thickest bludger. Assuming it's a miss, you'd think the ball would go here, but because of this new rule, it's called the curling rule, where you can't have 3 balls in one spot, one of the balls would be yeeted out from the same direction from whence it came, but because the wall is here, it's just going to go clockwise, and the ball would go there. And this scenario could happen for other cases where balls can be overshot or dropped or whatever. Thanks for watching, y'all. Feel free to read the rules because you don't want to get severely beat in Royale.